I'd like for you to do something live, because you can definitely do this, because it's kind of like singer-songwriting thing, and that's really your forte. So what would you like to play?
I had this little thing on my heart the other day. I was in a minivan in California with Bebo Norman.
Nice.
And can I just tell you, he drives kind of crazy.
Really?
He is a crazy driver.
You have to, as a guy, if you're driving a minivan, you have to be an insane driver just to salvage some sort of manhood.
Yeah. Well, we're all packed in this minivan, and we're driving. And right after the show, we find out about the death of Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
And this was pretty late at night. I remember when it happened. It was late at night, and I'm looking on Twitter. I'm seeing these. I mean, it's like we turn on the Sirius radio, turn on like the little CNN channel, hearing the news, live news, and it's like people dancing outside of the White House. I mean, people are going crazy,
chanting USA,
chanting USA. Yeah. I mean, and I mean, all these crazy things happen. Then all of a sudden on Twitter, I noticed the great Christian theologians coming in and quoting Ezekiel,
yes,
and whatnot, and saying this is not part of God's plan, and at the end of the day, I don't know if it was part of God's plan or not. I'm not going to be able to say that, because the very small amount of common sense I do have, I'm not going to put God in that box.
Right.
One, it's not even that much common sense, and I sure hope God is bigger than that, and His plan is bigger than what I can think.
And our scope is so limited, too. We don't see anything, comparatively.
Exactly, and so, like I said, I don't know if it was part of God's plan or not, and that's the beauty of it, and that's what I wrote the song about, is that on this side of heaven, there's just some things we're going to know and we're not going to know, And that's what I wrote the song. It's called This Side of Heaven.
That's cool, because that's something that wrecked me for a lot of years. Like, I thought God owed me an explanation for everything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I came to grips, and it stunted my faith. It wasn't until I came to grips with the fact that He's God and made everything I see, that He doesn't owe me an explanation. I'll find out later, and I have to be content with that. And that wasn't easy for me to get past. But when I did, my faith kind of actually moved forward.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, let's do it up. It's This Side of Heaven.
This Side of Heaven.
With Mr. Chris
First time
August.
on the radio right here.
I love it.
All right, here we go. Everyone's got their own opinions. There's nothing they don't know about. But in the end, nobody's winning, 'cause nobody's got it figured out. All the things we think we know, but honestly we really don't. This side of heaven, save the worry and stop the hate. It doesn't matter anyway. This side of heaven. Your own decision, and you can write it on a sign. When it feels like something's missing, then listen up and I'll tell you why. Oh, the things we think we know, but honestly we really don't. This side of heaven, save the worry, stop the hate. It doesn't matter anyway. This side of heaven. And I remember when someone told me that love is first above all, and that judgment should come slowly, 'cause we all have our faults. All the things we think we know, but honestly we really don't. This side of heaven, save the worry, stop the hate. It doesn't matter anyway. This side of heaven.
New music from Mr. Mr. Chris August. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's nice.
Thank you very
I like
much.
that. I think that's something that definitely we need to be reminded of. I know myself and everyone else in this weird thing we call faith. The line about judgment, I like that, is like be slow to that.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah,
cool.
definitely.